Hey, everybody, Pastor Chuck Allen back with another weekday podcast. And today I want us to talk a little about storms, fear, and I am here, straight out of the gospel writer Mark chapter 6. I want you to imagine this. It's about 3 a.m. You're absolutely exhausted. The wind is against you. You're rowing, but not really getting anywhere. Then it's not just an inbox. That's not just a thought. That's what's happening in Mark chapter 6. Jesus has sent his disciples ahead in a boat while he goes up the hill to pray. Night falls, a storm rises. Now, these are experienced boatmen. They're experienced fishermen. They're used to the water. But this storm is bigger than their skill set. They're a little frightened. Then, in the darkest part of the night, Jesus comes to them. He's walking on the water. They do what we would do. They totally freak out. In Mark chapter 6, beginning of verse 49, the Bible says, "But when they saw him walking on the water, they cried out in terror, thinking he was a ghost. They were all terrified when they saw him. Then Jesus speaks into their panic. It says, "But Jesus spoke to them at once. 'Don't be afraid,' he said. 'Take courage, I am here.'" The storm doesn't immediately stop when he says, "Don't be afraid." The wind is still howling, the waves are still pounding, but now there's a voice in the boat that's louder than the storm. I want to let that sit for just a minute, because boldness for a follower of Jesus is not the absence of fear, y'all. It's the presence of Jesus in the middle of fear. It's the ability to say, yeah, this wind is real. Yeah, the waves are crashing over the boat. I feel them. Yeah, the diagnosis, the deadline, the division of my family, it's really stinking real. But so is he, and he is here. When it comes to sharing the gospel in your world, it can feel like rowing against the wind. I mean, the culture's pretty choppy. It's whitecaps, in fact. The conversations are a little complicated because, let's face it, we've deconstructed everything in our mind. And maybe the last time you tried to talk about Jesus, it didn't go so well. And now that memory, it's its own storm inside your head and inside your chest. But listen to what Jesus says. Take courage, I am here. He's not only with you in the boat, he's the one who sent you onto the water into the first place. So what does boldness look like in this story? Well, it looks like refusing to let fear have the final word when Jesus has already spoken a better word. It looks like opening your mouth and telling someone about the hope you have, even while your heart is pounding. Courage isn't waiting until you're no longer afraid. Courage is rowing anyway because he is here. Try this today. When you feel that internal resistance to speaking up about your faith, just pause and breathe this prayer. Jesus, I hear your words. Don't be afraid. I hear it when you say, take courage. I feel it and know it that you are here. But would you just help me step out anyway? The wind might not die down right away, y'all, but you'll discover a boldness that isn't manufactured. It's anchored. It's anchored in the fact that Jesus the Lord has you, holds you, and will carry you through the storm. I trust that that's an encouraging word today and a cup of encouragement for you to step out with boldness into the storms and the fears of this life. God bless you, friend. Thanks so much for joining me on today's weekday podcast.